Yeah, so I graduated school in May and I started kind of feeling a little bit, not myself, and it was just, I felt like something was going on with me, but I didn't really know, and I just kind of didn't know kind of what direction I wanted to go. I wanted to take like an off year, and then I was planning to go to law school this coming fall. And then around Thanksgiving, I really didn't feel like myself. I started having swollen lymph nodes, and I ended up going in and getting a biopsy and finding out that I have Hodgkin's lymphoma. And so my initial reaction was just kind of like, why? Like, how does this happen? And sort of obviously you don't think it's going to happen to you. You think it's going to happen to somebody else, or you know somebody that it happens to, but it's not real until it's you, until you have to deal with it, and it becomes very personal, obviously. And so besides that, my initial thoughts were, what am I going to do with Lewis, with my 18-month-old? Like, how am I going to take care of him while I'm going through chemo? And, initially we didn't even know what stage I was in, and so that was really hard because we had to wait a couple of weeks to actually find out, how long I was going to be in chemo for, how long, the journey was even going to be, and how hard things were going to be, whether I was going to have to do, radiation too, and thinking about afterwards, thinking about what happens after, like, can I have more kids, it's hard, it's really hard, and it's so unknown, and I feel like I said earlier, it's the big C word, like nobody wants to talk about it, and no one really knows how to help, even though everyone does want to help and reach out, and everybody comes out of the woodwork all at once to swoop in and make things better, but it's really hard because you don't know until you're in it and you actually have to go through it, and like you said, it's just kind of day by day, and you don't know what tomorrow is going to be like, but you just kind of have to go through it. And I think it's just this whole experience in general has already been so life-changing, as far as like making me appreciate just every little thing, whether it's a good day where I don't feel like crap, or it's just like being able to go outside and play with Lewis and realize like, oh, this is what really matters, instead of like all the trivial stuff, like, oh, I waited in line too long at the grocery store or something. Or I think a lot of people don't have that same appreciation for life, and they don't realize how precious it is and how important your health is. And I think that is another thing I thought, after all the initial stuff, it's like your health, like it's the only thing you have, and then when it's gone, it's like nothing else matters, if you don't have your health. So I think that was one of the big things that I've learned as far as like perspective change, is just like how much more I appreciate things now. It's just like my whole life has changed the past couple months, and that, I don't know, it's never going to be the same. It's always going to be different now after this, and I'm sure you can relate. So hopefully in a good way though. Hopefully it's better. Like hopefully it's going to get better from here,
We never got to meet you.
I know, yeah, we never would have met each other had it not been for this. So I'm so glad we did. It's a huge honor. I mean, I know you have just kind of started things off and it's just getting off the ground, but I think knowing that somebody wants to hear your story and wants to know what's going on with you, and I think that's just so great, and it's just that little bit of recognition that somebody knows that you're going through a struggle and they know that you're going through a fight, I have to like give you a hug right now.
Today we had the honor of meeting Kaly. Kaly is certainly inspiring, and every time I do this, I really go into it not knowing exactly what to expect. But it's always so satisfying meeting and sharing our experiences with one another. The C word, as most of us would like to say, is not a glamorous life by any means, and there's a lot of negative things behind it, but there's also a lot of positive and cool things that happen, like meeting you. Kaly is definitely an inspiration. She has shown us today that, you know, she's willing to fight and she has the will to get through what we're saying is just a moment in her life. It's only the beginning, and it's the beginning because she's not done yet. Those 4 little words, "I'm not done yet," is truly what I believe is in store for your life. So thank you, Kaly. It was an honor to meet you. I feel like I've known you for a long time. We've only known each other for about an hour. But I truly believe that our relationship is the beginning of something that'll be bigger. And thank you.